Ron.
Huh?
Ron.
Hi everyone. I am here with a Bible reading. I hope you're having a good day. Today we are going to be reading Revelation chapter 14, Psalm 142, and I believe it's Proverbs chapter 30 verses 21 through 23 today. And so in Revelation today, we're going to be talking about the Lamb, which is Jesus, and the 144,000. Those are the ones that will be saved when the world's ending, remember. We'll be talking about the three angels and harvesting the earth and trampling the winepress. Okay, let's go ahead and begin. Then I looked, and there before me was the Lamb, standing on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, who had his name and his Father's name written on their foreheads. And I heard a sound from heaven like the roar of rushing waters, and like the loud peal of thunder. The sound I heard was like that of harpists playing their harps. And they sang a new song before the throne, and before the four living creatures and the elders. No one could learn the song except the 144,000 who had been redeemed from the earth. These are those who did not defile themselves with women, for they remained virgins. They follow the Lamb wherever he goes. They were purchased from among mankind and offered as first fruits to God and the Lamb. No lie was found in their mouths. They were blameless. Then I saw another angel flying in midair, and he had the eternal gospel to proclaim to those who live on the earth, to every nation, tribe, language, and people. He said in a loud voice, "Fear God and give him glory, because the hour of his judgment has come. Worship him who made the heavens, the earth, the sea, and the springs of water." A second angel followed and said, "Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great, which made all the nations drink the maddening wine of her adulterers." A third angel followed them and said in a loud voice, "If anyone worships the beast and its image, and receives its mark on their forehead or on their hand, they too will drink the wine of God's fury, which has been poured full strength into the cup of his wrath. They will be tormented with burning sulfur in the presence of the holy angels and of the Lamb, and the smoke of their torment will rise forever and ever. There will be no rest day or night for those who worship the beast and its image, or for anyone who receives the mark of its name. This calls for patient endurance on the part of the people of God, who keep his commands and remain faithful to Jesus." Then I heard a voice from heaven say, "Write this: Blessed are the dead who die in the Lord from now on." "Yes," says the Spirit, "they will rest from their labor, from their deeds, for their deeds will follow them." I looked, and there before me was a white cloud, and seated on the cloud was one like a son of man, with a crown of gold on his head, and a sharp sickle in his hand. Then another angel came out of the temple, and called in a loud voice to him who was sitting on the cloud, "Take your sickle and reap, because the time to reap has come, for the harvest of the earth is ripe." So he who was seated on the cloud swung his sickle over the earth, and the earth was harvested. Another angel came out of the temple in heaven, and he too had a sharp sickle. Still another angel, who had charge of the fire, came from the altar and called in a loud voice to him who had the sharp sickle, "Take your sharp sickle and gather the clusters of grapes from the earth's vine, because its grapes are ripe." The angel swung his sickle on the earth, gathered its grapes, and threw them into the great winepress of God's wrath. They were trampled in the winepress outside the city, and blood flowed out of the press, rising as high as the horses' bridles for a distance of 1,600 stadia. All right, and that's where we're going to stop today. That was Revelation chapter 14. Now we're going to read Psalm 142. A maskil of David when he was in the cave, a prayer. This one should be another sad one David wrote, but still beautiful. A maskil of David when he was in the cave, a prayer. I cry aloud to the Lord. I lift up my voice to the Lord for mercy. I pour out before him my complaint. Before him I tell my trouble. When my spirit grows faint within me, it is you who watch over my way. In the path where I walk, people have hidden a snare for me. Look and see, there is no one at my right hand. No one is concerned for me. I have no refuge. No one cares for my life. I cry to you, Lord. I say you are my refuge, my portion in the land of the living. Listen to my cry, for I am in desperate need. Rescue me from those who pursue me, for they are too strong for me. Set me free from my prison, that I may praise your name. Then the righteous will gather about me because of your goodness to me. And that was Psalm 142 of David. And now we're going to read Proverbs chapter 30, verses 21, 22, and 23. Under 3 things the earth trembles. Under 4 it cannot bear up. A servant who becomes king. A godless fool who gets plenty to eat. A contemptible woman who gets married. And a servant who displaces her mistress. Alright guys, that was our Bible reading. I hope it touched your guys' hearts. Let me get out our homework book here. So the question for your homework last night, who was the oldest man in the Bible? You should have got the answer of Methuselah, which was Noah's grandfather, and he died when he was he left the earth when he was 969 years old. All right. Great job on that one. Let's see. Tonight's question is this. Who went up to heaven in a whirlwind in a fire chariot pulled by horses of fire? Who went up to heaven? I'll give you a hint. You can find that answer in 2 Kings chapter 2. I'll go ahead and give you the chapter. 2 Kings chapter 2. You'll find the answer to this. Who went up to heaven in a whirlwind in a fire chariot pulled by horses of fire? All right. Let me read the list of names for our prayer requests. Please keep the following people in prayer. Lonnie Doles Jr. and family. Jimmy Myers, Abby Myers and Rhonda Karshner. Sherman Crabtree, Layla and Layla's son. Michelle Watkins, Judy Thompson, Cindy and Jim Welsh, Dora Carper, Garnet Boyer, Randy Post, Barb Post, Melody Stanley, April and Linda Thacker, and Norman Karshner. Alright guys, that was everything for today. I hope it touched your guys' hearts. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's bring those souls to Jesus, and God willing, We'll see you guys again tomorrow with another Bible reading. Bye guys. God bless.